What's up, everybody? Happy Thursday. Blow yours out there, Dusty.
Coming in so energetic today. My goodness.
Hey, everybody.
Yay!
Happy Friday. No, it's Thursday.
Lore Games makes me poop. Yay!
Yeah, I know. I think it's Friday because today we're actually going to do a nerd den. We're just going to chill out. I need just a little more time on the campaign side. We're working on so many things behind the scenes, and I just can't do it all. I just can't do it all. So we're just gonna take a bit and we're just gonna chill and have some chill out streams. How's everybody doing tonight?
Doing good.
So good.
Yay!
Awesome. Yay. So we got some good stuff going on. Got some good stuff to share. I know Andrew said he may show up a little later. What was it? He was getting a vasectomy or something?
Yeah, something about getting his genital warts burned off.
Yeah. I saw there was like a...
Didn't take long tonight, boys. Didn't make it very
man,
far
he
this
hasn't
time.
shown up yet. Andrew hasn't shown up. What's up, MK? How are you? We're just doing a chill stream tonight, so welcome. What's up, Kyle? How are you doing? Yeah, well, Andrew's not here yet, and so you know we're going to talk about his kitty rape van and his genital warts, and that'll be
MK Cronus says, as one does.
What? Hold on, let's see. What did he say? He said,
About a graduation or something.
something family something, whatever. He'll show up. He'll show up eventually. How
dare he put his family over us?
What's that, Flint?
How dare he put his family over us? I mean, come on.
I know.
What happened to your icon?
Oh, I'm on a different computer.
Oh, okay.
Remember the computer explosion of
The FBI took the other one.
Right. The FBI. Notice he's not saying no.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait, what? I deny everything.
He's legally not supposed to even have that one.
That's right. It's true. Hey, what's up, Ezekiel 2517? Is that Pulp Fiction?
Yes, it is.
Yes! I got one.
Does Marcellus Wallace look like a bitch? What?
Classics never die, man.
Yep.
Welcome, bro. We're chilling tonight. I'm a little behind on making this campaign for us to play. It's going to be awesome, and it's developing nicely, but I need a little more time.
But it's a lot of work.
It's a shit ton of work. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I spent all day. Basically, what I did is I had the bright idea. I was like, well, why don't I just put the entire adult? So context. Eventually, when I have time, I really want to do. There's a localized version of ChatGPT that you can put on your computer. And it'll run itself, and it'll have more memory because it's using your computer. So, and it'll actually generate agents of itself to do tasks, and it can surf the internet. It's like basically a fully functioning AI that's better than it's open AI, but it's not ChatGPT. So, but in order to do that, I got to have time to do it. And so, in the meantime, I was like, well, let me use ChatGPT, and I'll upload the entire adult fantasy playbook into ChatGPT, and maybe it can help us like generate a campaign or two, at least maybe cut down the time. So I spent all day, dude. I spent all day uploading the adult fantasy RPG is pretty rules light. It's not that difficult, but it's a shit ton of options, right? Like, just tables and tables and tables. So it took me like 12 hours. I spent 12 hours just feeding shit into it. And at 5 o'clock, I was finally ready. I was like, cool, we're running behind, it's 5 p.m. Eastern, but let's see what happens. And it totally shit the bed. So it just totally shit the bed. So I was like, oh man, I finally figured out, it gave me some basic campaign stuff, but too little too late. So we're going to need to develop it further. Yeah, it was a worthy experiment, but a failed experiment. Yeah. MK says, wow, 12 hours for that result. Yeah. Dusty was on. There may have been some expletives.
I'm sure.
He said some very offensive things.
Hey, I'm a pretty happy guy, but man, like I said, 12 hours on one task, and then it just didn't work, and you're just like, yeah, this isn't what I was expecting. So, what are you gonna do? But on that side, it is coming well. We did do a big update last week on the RPG, so everyone can play with the RPG in the Discord and through Notion and stuff. So that is coming really well. And we've been doing a lot of work on Web3 Comic Con. That's gonna be a big deal. And as we get closer to it, I'm gonna give you guys dates soon, but it's gonna be in August. And it's gonna be big. And that's starting to suck up all the energy and time, right? Because we want to do it well and we want to do it right, and we want to make it a real major event, like a legitimate major event in the space. Never been done before, not to the scale that we're doing it, virtually anyway. And I think it's going to be really big, and it's great for us. It's great for adult fantasy. It's great for everyone that supports adult fantasy, because we're going to be branded all over it, and we're making. I mean, Dusty, would you say? I mean, we've connected with how many teams, man? Like hundreds over the course, like between Evening Alpha and everything else?
I would say that it's safe to say, yeah, we're in contact with hundreds. We're going to be in contact with hundreds very shortly. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're doing our job on the marketing side. It's always hard because we always want to show everything that we're doing, and we want to put everything out there, and we want to be like, look, everything we're doing, but you can't. And a lot of it is intangible in terms of visual, right? It's like, oh, look, we're connected to hundreds of projects, and each one of those projects has an average anywhere between 1,000 and 20,000 people on Discord, and they have a reach. I think we have a reach now of almost 500,000 people through Twitter and Discord, through our other communities, right? Through our partners.
That's just our super secret partners. Yeah, that's not anything else we're adding on top of that. Yep.
Mm-hmm. So we're riding the top of this wave in terms of the marketing side and getting reach. We're going to be some serious players here, but it also means that I fumble the ball when it comes to ChatGPT and loading an RPG campaign. But how you guys doing tonight? Enough about me. Ramel, how you been, man?
Up and down.
Yeah.
If my camera suddenly goes dark, I've been fighting a Charlie horse all week.
Your Charlie horse. Dude, turn your mic up. Your mic is low. You're clear, but your mic is low. But
what about that?
No, that went lower.
Yeah, I think it's using the wrong mic.
Oh, is it the wrong mic? No, that turned off.
Can't hear you at all.
All right, we'll come back to Ramel.
What about now?
Yeah.
Hey,
yeah, that's
better.
Yeah, I turned the dial the wrong way. Sorry.
That's
He's got a slight echo now.
That's okay. We can hear him. We can hear him. You feel free. If you can turn the volume up, you're good. If not, we can.
Yeah, just check the settings and see which microphone it's using.
Just tell us how your day was in mime. Just Pictionary it, all right?
MK says, "Hooray, tech!" Yeah. Up and down, Ramel. Yeah, I hear you, man. I hear you. Yeah, I feel like that. Although I have Flint and I have a shared story. He triggered me this weekend, this past weekend. So we'll talk about that in a minute. How are you been, Flint?
Man, I'm doing real good. Riding high off of that concert last week, man. Yeah. So for those, I don't know if you want to get into it. Yeah.
Go for it, man.
Yeah. So Todd and I are both fans of the metal. And there are two bands that are touring together right now, Gojira and Mastodon, who absolutely rule. And Todd actually introduced me to Mastodon, got me listening to them. So I went to go see them last week. I did not tell Todd until I took a photo of Mastodon playing and sent it to him. He's like, "You son of a bitch." And that triggered you to do what, Todd?
Well, to get extremely jealous. Well, so I was like, Flint didn't know this, but I'd actually been looking at that show because I haven't gone to a rock show and I mean, really since the kids were born. Like the last show literally the last show that I went to was 2 weeks before Julia was born. So it's been about 6 years since my last rock show. And I was actually looking at the concert. I was like, man, it would be nice. I could go. They had it in Asheville, which is a couple hours away from here. I was like, yeah, I don't know. I'm not going anywhere. Like, and Flint sent me these pictures, and I was like, holy shit! Like, I just got super jealous. I was like, man, and of course Flint was egging me on, like, you got to do it, dude. Just do it. What are you, old? Just fucking go.
I was sending him Google Maps of like how long the drive was.
Yeah, he was egging
really
me on. So,
the arm, you know.
And so I was like, all right. So what I did is I asked my neighbor. I was like, hey man, you want to go to a show? And he was like, oh, I can't. I would totally go, but it's his mother-in-law's birthday. It's like, fuck. All right, well, that's it. I'm not going. And so I told Melissa, and God bless her. She was just like, well, why don't we go? And I was like, what? Like, she doesn't like. Melissa likes musicals. Like, heavy metal music is not on her playlist. You know what I mean? She likes musicals and like Disney songs and shit. So I'm like, all right.
Musicals like The Sound of Music or something like that.
100%. Yeah. Sound of Music, all that kind of stuff. And like early 80s and like pop 80s. Top 40 80s.
Shop of Horrors.
Yes. Loves it. Loves it. Loves it. Loves it.
You have my condolences.
Yeah, I know. So, but she said, well, why don't we go? And I was like, well, you know, are you serious? You'd go? She was like, yeah, we'll say it's an early Father's Day gift. And so we threw the children in a car, dropped them off at the grandparents' house, and left them in the dust and drove to Asheville. And yeah, man, we we saw the show. It was fucking phenomenal. It was really good. Yeah,
so good.
Like stadium shows, you know what I mean? Like they
Nice.
have these bands have sounds now. Like it's really interesting. Like when we were growing up, I feel like the bands were making songs that sounded good on albums, right? Because that's how we listened to them. And sometimes you heard a group live and they sounded perfect, like on the CD or the record. But oftentimes, you know, they would kind of sound shitty live, but because they made the songs to be good on audio tracks, right? On MP3s
Right.
and all that. These bands nowadays don't do that shit. Like they make their money live. They don't make any money on Spotify or iTunes or anything. They make their money live because no one buys a full album anymore. And so all of these songs, at least from these bands, like even the first band, there was an opening band that was totally not my style. I don't get into like heavy metal that's like, you know, like all that. Like I like
what was that band you played? Something in the Monsters and some shit like that. Big Head Todd and the Monsters.
Oh, Big Head Todd and the Monsters. Yeah, I don't know. Like, yeah. I just can't get into like stuff like that. But you know, it's like I like a lot of rhythm, and I like bands that are super talented. Anyway, but these groups nowadays, they make their sound purely for live shows. They just fucking shred, dude. Like it sounds amazing. Wouldn't you say that, Flint? Like,
yeah, absolutely. It was funny too. You know, Mastodon's older stuff lends itself better to a live setting. You know, their old stuff is like 3-minute songs that go really hard, and their new stuff is very progressive metal. We're gonna spend 10 minutes playing a song, you know, that doesn't really lend itself live because people just, you know, attention spans and stuff. And Gojira is kind of the opposite, where their old stuff was way more technical, and their new stuff is it's heavy, but it's more stadium worthy. And Mastodon played all of their old stuff, and Gojira played a lot of their new stuff.
Yeah,
it was kind of interesting, that dynamic. You're absolutely.
Yeah, it was awesome. So we got to the show, and I was, of course, texting Flint like pictures of the same images basically that he sent me with the posters and the banners and all that shit, because, you know, it's the same tour. So that was kind of a cool moment, man. I feel
I
like
gotta tell you, when I got the text message from you that morning when you had decided to go,
yeah.
I was so excited. It was like my peer pressure worked.
Yeah, you totally peer pressured me into taking a trip, so I appreciate
I
it.
was so glad.
Yeah, it was a blast, man. I would absolutely see, like, Gojira was excellent live, Mastodon was excellent live.
I gotta send some albums to you for you to listen to for Gojira.
I've been listening to them.
Oh, awesome!
I've been listening to. I came back. I started listening to Fortitude, and then the one right before it. So
awesome.
yeah, I'm gonna work my way back.
Definitely listen to from artist Sirius, whatever it is. The one with the whale on the cover. It's so
yeah. There's a couple tracks on there I've already listened
one
to.
of their heaviest.
Yeah, good stuff, man. It's good stuff. Yeah. But yeah, it was excellent. So that was fun sharing that with you, man. That was cool.
Yeah, I was so happy.
Hell yeah. And I gotta say this, changing topics a little bit, but focusing on Avery for a minute. I got something in the mail.
Ooh.
You know what's funny is your wife and Andrew have the same taste in music.
Yeah.
Andrew likes a lot of musicals and Disney music.
Yeah, he does, doesn't he?
Yeah, man, he's a big fan of Pitch Perfect and.
Yeah,
I gotta say, I've never seen the two of them in the same room.
What's that?
I was saying Andrew's.
Don't tell Melissa I said that.
Yeah. Never seen them both in the same room.
Which one is Clark Kent and which one is Superman playing?
I'm gonna mute myself now. Goodbye.
So check this out. Avery sent me this. Ramel, you're gonna nut yourself. Look at this. Hold on. I'm gonna
Because I was going to address Avery earlier, but go ahead and.
Oh, no, go for it. You want to hit him? You want to head up?
No. I saw something on a piece of art that Avery posted on Facebook, and it was fucking amazing. And I was like, I can't wait to talk with him in the live stream.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Check this out.
Avery, as soon as that comes out, I need that.
What?
Whatever the fuck you posted, I don't know what it is.
The Raid of the White Leopard?
Yeah.
That's a Donald DeLay cover, the cover to the book. But the interior's mine. The interior's mine. That's in funding. If you want it, you have to go back it.
Okay, how do I go about doing that?
Just click the link that's in my post.
Message it to me.
Okay, I'll send you the link.
All right.
Check this out. I'm gonna go solo just so you can get a picture of this. Ramel, check this out.
Oh, that's fucking nice.
Yo.
It's Ed McGuinness, Superman, Batman.
Really? Very
Yep.
nice.
Isn't that great?
What is
Like,
that? Open it up.
Yeah, it's what is it? The Ultimate, and it's Absolute Edition. So it's a slipcase.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right?
Go to Ollie's. They're like $30.
And then, like, dude, the artwork, it looks. I know this is this I don't know what the size of the artwork is, but it looks like, I mean, this at this size, it looks fucking phenomenal, dude.
Yeah, it's definitely oversized.
Yeah, it's huge. It's
Yeah.
like, it's gorgeous, man.
Did you see the pencils in the back for some of it?
Yeah, I'm flipping to it now. So, like, it's all Ed McGuinness artwork
And Carlos Pacheco.
and Carlos Pacheco. Look at that shit. Isn't that cool?
That is crazy nice.
Yeah, it's super good. Ed McGuinness is the shit. But, like, here, let's see some. So the cool thing is the artwork in the back. Some of the pencil pages. Yeah, like, look at this. Look how clean these pencils are. Isn't that crazy?
Looks great.
What is
Yeah, I'll show you some more pages. See if I can find one that's like a little more. His stuff is so smooth. Yeah, check this out. Yeah, he uses so much black on a page that he just focuses on the characters, right?
Yep.
Look how sick that is. Isn't that great?
Mm-hmm.
I always appreciated the detail to not just anatomy, but anatomy and motion.
Yeah, and for real. And what Ed McGuinness is good at is he doesn't over he's got kind of an animated style, so he doesn't overdraw, but it's definitely comics. You know what I mean? Like, oops, it's not anime or animation, right? But it's just enough information to be like slick, right? Just sick, dude.
Yeah, I knew you'd like that book.
Oh, hell yeah, man.
When
Thank
I
you
picked
so
up
much.
mine. So anybody who has a Ollie's near them, go check out. Like, go keep an eye on Ollie's. You can find stuff like they're like cheap because like normally that's like $100 book or something like that.
Yeah, they're insane. They're insane.
Yeah,
No.
that was like $30.
And also he sent this. Check this out.
Uh-huh.
So that's a Kenneth Rocafort cover. Rommel, I don't know if you know Kenneth Rocafort, but you should check him out. His stuff always reminds me of your stuff. Like, it's not necessarily in this cover, but if you like the way he pulls his pencil lines, when you see like inside inside that weapon over there and stuff, like, I don't know if you can tell on this because there's a lot of color on it, but his inks always remind me of your artwork. Like, his pencils remind me of your pencils. Like, you see that hair? It's kind of got like a Rommel Davis flow to it to me.
Yeah, and that book has part of the story that's going to be the Raid of the White Leopard, the first issue.
Yeah, and so
that the first half, like the first short story I did.
Yeah, and so Avery's got. Yeah, I'm going to hold this up. I don't want to
Okay.
mess the book up, but like some Avery Butterworth original stuff.
That's
Yep.
Avery.
That's
Yeah.
Avery, yeah. Like, dude, Rommel, you should see these pages. Like,
Yeah, that's part of what's going to be in the first issue of Raid of the White Leopard.
Zach, isn't this awesome?
Yeah, looks. Did you guys ever hear of a comic called Age of Bronze?
Oh yeah,
Kind of reminds me of that, but
yeah, I can see that.
yeah,
Look at that.
I like that. What is that? What is that? What is that supposed to be, like Vikings?
Yeah, it's Vikings that land in a country that's like a futuristic Wakanda type. You know, they get shipwrecked and they land in this, and then they're eventually going to encounter a character called the White Leopard.
Oh, nice. You're drawing that?
Yeah. The first issue's on Fund My Comic right now.
Looks good, dude. I like it.
Yeah, go to fundmycomic.com, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, go to fundmycomic.com and support. Avery's work is incredible, and it's just getting better.
Yeah. And I'm also inking the People ash can for that's with the Lost Pages 3 campaign on Indiegogo, which I just got the new pencils from Dan Dahl.
Can you share them at all?
You know what? I'll show his latest page, his latest pencils. It's a 2-page spread I'm going to be inking.
Awesome.
So
Now,
I've
while you're
got to
doing
print
that,
this out.
I got a question. What's the Jack the Ripper book you sent?
That's Mandy's book.
Oh.
Yeah, I told you I got 2 copies, and if you wanted the second one, yeah, that's the second one.
Right on. Okay.
That's
awesome.
Mandy's book.
Right on. Got it. Super cool.
So I got
Thank
2
you, man.
copies, so I sent you one. No problem.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, this is the pencils. Dan Dahl's pencils I'll be inking. It's a 2-page spread.
MK said, hold on. MK said, did it hit the needed level? They were really close. Which level, MK? the definitely the Ed McGuinness stuff is incredible, and of course Avery stuff always hits. Let's see. This is. Oh shit, dude.
Yeah, I'm gonna be inking this.
Wow.
It's a 20-page ash can I'm inking, and this is pages 4 and 5, I believe. 2-page spread by Dan Dahl.
Those are some tight pencils, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Inking his
Tell
stuff
me
is
about
fun. I like it because I don't have to worry about storytelling or anything. I just get to like play and like make it look cool.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, you don't have to think about it too much. You just play with it.
Exactly.
He's got some tight pencils though.
Yeah, oh yeah. It's It's really good. I actually like that because the first Ash Can, he just did layouts and I did finishes where I just put my stuff on top of his layouts. So it looks more like my stuff than his. And I was just like, hey, for the next one, I would like to try inking his stuff. So they got him to do full pencils this time.
Nice.
And I'm just inking.
Yeah, that's sick, dude. That looks great.
Yeah, it's fun. I like it.
MK says, did they hit the needed level?
Oh,
they were close.
For Raid of the White Leopard?
Yeah.
Not yet, but they've got plenty of time. The book's going to happen anyway. It's done.
It's so cool, man.
But he'll hit it. There's still like, I don't know, like 70 something days. It's a long campaign.
Speaking of campaign, like that's actually a good question. I'm curious. And this is a question probably for you, Avery, and Zach too, because you guys have been doing this stuff. Like when you do a crowdfunding campaign, so I know with like Indiegogo, it's almost like a cheat because there's like a 30-day campaign, and then you can extend that 30-day campaign into another 30-day campaign. So it's really a 60-day campaign, and then you can put it on demand or in demand, whatever. Like, what's in your opinion from looking at the stuff and being a part of some of these campaigns? Like, what's the best strategy for that shit?
I'm not the guy to ask. I've never done that, but I'm happy to figure
what it appears to be is that sense of urgency helps the campaigns.
Like a 30-day campaign.
Yeah. Like if you do a 30-day first and you go, hey, let's make sure we hit our goal as high as we can in the first 30 days for sort of a collective bragging rights for you as well as the backers all feel like they're a part of achieving something early and showing everybody this is what we can do. And then you extend it the next 30 days and sort of repeat the process, the hype process that everybody knows is a hype process, but it's fun. And then you go in demand until your book is complete and you're ready to ship to your backers and to get the stragglers.
I got it. So you kind of use a 30-day for the hype and to hit the goal, and then keep it in demand while you're actually in production.
In production, yeah. And then once you go into fulfillment, you shut it down and be like, hey, we're about to go into fulfillment. Here's our closeout. And you do one last hard press for hype. It's like, we're shutting it down. If you want this edition, this printing, you better get it. And then you shut it down and you go into fulfillment. Seems to be a pretty good process.
No, that makes total sense.
Yeah.
Interesting. Like, any of you other guys have any experience like with the crowdfunding thing? Ramel, have you bought any? Have you bought stuff from crowdfunding campaigns before, bro?
I have, yeah.
That would be a negative for me.
Oh yeah, I've got books showing up all the time. I even forgot I crowdfunded. It's like, oh, I forgot I backed this. Pleasant surprise.
Yeah, well, it's become the new comic shop too. So
that I've gotten where I prefer it. I'd rather give an independent guy $25 to $50 for an independent comic than go to the comic shop and buy something from a publisher.
Yeah, well, I mean, I know you know this, Avery, but like for Zach, Flint, and Dusty and Ramel, like, I mean, you can't deny it. Like, I think that, EVS made money with. I mean, there's been a bunch of people that made money with it, but Eric July, who's a YouTuber.
Oh yeah, he broke
$3.4 million off a comic book launch. Like 3.4 million, like money in his pocket. It's he made Ramel. He made 3.4 million for his book called ISOM.
Yeah, and basically didn't like the comic book media spend the next like 3 months trying to shut him down because
they're still trying. They're trying to say ISOM 2 is late, even though he hasn't even announced when it's coming out.
Yeah, they try to tear him down just because they can't stand it, And I don't know where I put it. I got it here somewhere.
Yeah, I backed it. It's not bad. But when he launched, he had the books already done.
Yeah.
He had them printed.
Check
He
this
had
out.
to go back to print. He sold so many, and he had T-shirts and merchandise that he all paid for out of his own money.
It's nice.
No apart, right?
Yeah, the cover. Oh, the cover is
And it Canon White.
Yeah, it's Kane and White. Yep, Kane and White did the cover.
Yeah, it's fucking sick.
Hmm.
Yeah, $3 million. Hey, what's up, Andrew? It says killer. Different Andrew. Different Andrew. MK says, I thought we were going to team up and buy IDW.
I'd have
would
to
gladly pay-
fire everyone.
I would gladly pay 0.5 ETH for it.
What is IDW?
I'll give him 350.
Is IDW finally closing his doors? Or
They went through a round of layoffs, and then they went through another round of layoffs. It's basically a dying and dead company, which really sucks because I will say, like
They used to be the premier artsy fartsy publisher.
I remember that, yeah.
I used to buy a lot of IDW comics, a lot of Ashley Wood stuff, man. A lot of Ben Templesmith stuff. I used to buy a lot of IDW books.
The only problem with it right now is that IDW invented the entire category of the artist edition books. And those are like premium books. And like, it just means that if they go under, like those things are gonna 10x. Like you're not gonna be able to buy one for less than $500 to $1,000. Like that won't matter what it is.
Why are they going under? I mean, is it the whole go woke go broke thing, or just boneheadedness, or just bad luck?
Everything.
All of it. I most of it, from my understanding, most of it actually was they just put their big mistake is that and I understand the reasoning for it, but these companies don't make money on comics, right? It used to be that the way they would make money was from licensing. Like the only way to make money in comics would be to pay money for a license, like The Simpsons. Like, hey, we're going to pay The Simpsons a couple $100,000 or whatever for the rights to do the comic book. And then the Simpsons brand is so strong that you could do a Simpsons comic and have a baked in audience and make your money. Right. But that's even gone lower and lower and lower over the years. And so what they started to do is they started to change the model. Half of it was licensing stuff. So IDW and Dark Horse, like they do, all these licensed properties, because that at least there's an audience there. And then they spent a tremendous amount of money trying to break into Hollywood and Netflix and getting movie deals. And the problem with that is that like it's not that simple. And it doesn't matter how much money you think you have. Like Hollywood it's a different kind of beast. And so they spent like a decade plus in Hollywood trying to make deals. They had some shows, like they did have some things come out, but like just because you have some on TV doesn't mean it's like worth anything,
Yeah, wasn't Bo Smith's Winona Earp theirs?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, that was a hit. Just like Image had Walking Dead, right?
Yeah.
And I mean,
and Strain was Dark Horse, wasn't it?
Yeah, I don't know. It might have been IDW. I don't remember.
I don't remember, but it was one of those.
It's very, very rare for like a Walking Dead where it's just a global phenomenon hit, and there's just money flowing in. Lock and Key. MK says Lock and Key. Yeah.
Yeah,
Right,
and
Lock and Key.
I mean, they did have 30 Days a Night. That movie, the first movie was good and it was a hit, but the second one they dropped the ball on. Oh, bad.
Mm-hmm.
Even Steve Miles didn't like it.
And I think they even did like, I don't know what involvement they had. Maybe it was just the licensing to the comic, but I know, didn't they do like the World War Z books and stuff like that?
I don't know.
But the problem they have is it's just like they spend so much money to get into the space that even a moderate hit, it doesn't come back. Like it's not like they're selling toys and comics and peripheral items for it. You know what I mean? Like they get paid for the rights to get the thing made, but it doesn't pay the bills.
Ashley Wood did it right as he went through IDW, you know,
Yeah.
and started 3A. It's like he made like it's Gucci toys.
Mhm.
It, like basically Ashley Wood turned into his own thing there, basically at
Yeah.
IDW.
Ramel, you've seen the 3A toys, right?
Yeah, I've seen him, and I'm a big fan of Ashley Wood.
Yeah,
Oh my
yeah. I mean,
God.
he has, but he like him and his stuff makes money. I mean, he has grown men paying $200 to $400 each for fashion dolls, basically.
Yeah, his toys are highly collectible. So,
Yeah,
and they're dope as shit.
Yeah, they go live and they sell out immediately.
Yeah,
pretty
but
much.
dope as shit.
Yeah, I have one. I'd have more if I could. If I could. They're fantastic.
Yeah, but go ahead, Ramel.
No, I was saying it's interesting how he does his marketing. Like I said,
he learned from McFarlane.
He makes very good. I mean, his art is freaking phenomenal, and it's like I have him saved in my Pinterest, so I see a lot of his artwork. On top of that, a lot of the toys he's responsible for. So I'm like, okay.
Oh, they're amazing.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Yeah.
I've seen the price tag for quite a few. I'm like,
yeah, I have the white version of Supreme Nom. If anybody wants to look that up to see what it is, I love it.
Yeah, it's kind of amazing. Like, you know, the guy just has like, I mean, he's been able to build a world, a few comics, you know, and a really good, a very smart licensing deal and a joint venture partnership for those toys. And like those toys are basically fashion items, right? And so they're just like, I mean, he's got an army of characters, and as long as he decides to continue to develop the world, like that thing, eventually you'll have a movie or two built off of that. It'll be Pop Bot or something.
Yeah,
you know, something will come out of it because he's doing it the right way. You know, slow and steady, unfortunately, but that's the way it has to be.
And limited numbers, and he doesn't water it down. He sells it directly to his hardcore fans.
Yeah, well, it's like what?
Really?
Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying. Really, I was kind of that's a very interesting and risky marketing strategy.
Yeah.
Well, there's no other way. I mean, if you think about it, McFarlane said something that was actually really like smart, obvious, but I don't think people think about it. And he was talking when he crossed 300 issues of Spawn, right? And he was, you know, he's a really good marketer, and his positioning on it wasn't, hey, we did 300 issues. It was like, there's no, his point when he was talking about it to people, and he was directing it to comic people as well as just people in the business world that don't know anything about comics. He was saying, look, you know, there's no shortcut to 300 issues. You can't cheat it. You have it's an issue a month for 30 plus years, right? It's an issue a month for 30 years to get to where he is. You can't beat it. You can't cheat it. You know, if you're starting a comic book today and you want to try to beat McFarlane's run, you have to put in 30 plus years. Like, there's no way there. You can't speed. I mean, yeah, I guess you could, like, you know, draw some stick figures and put some books out for 300 issues, but ain't nobody gonna buy that shit. You know what I mean? Like a legit book, like it's the long road. You know what I mean? It's the long road. But here's the deal: is like Spawn ain't going anywhere. Like, that character is pretty much like, I mean, he's now done more issues of Spider-Man or of Spawn. Basically, Spawn is now beyond where McFarlane started Amazing Spider-Man. You know what I'm saying? Like, when he started Amazing Spider-Man, what was it, like issue 270 or 280 or some shit? Because he did Amazing Spider-Man 300, right?
Yeah.
He was on. Think about that. Spider-Man had been out for the same amount of time when he got on it to where where Spawn is now. Basically, Spawn as a character is now where Amazing Spider-Man was in like the 1980s, 1990s. Now, Spider-Man is a bigger character. There's no doubt about it. Spider-Man had cartoons by that point, all kinds of crazy shit.
Oh, yeah.
But Spawn is a legitimate character with a super deep backstory, with lore, shit tons of toys. Like it's a done deal that character is a licensable property for anybody that takes them. And the reality is, honestly, like the only reason Spawn, in my opinion, isn't like a bigger character is because it's in the horror genre.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Well, not only that, he hasn't had, well, he's had some success so far as in movies and a cartoon. Like I said, it's movies, cartoon, and toys. Those are like really large money makers right now. And
Yeah. Oh, shows get canceled because the toys don't do well. Even though the show was a hit. Thundercats was a hit.
Yeah.
But it got canceled because nobody bought the toys. Because the toys looked like crap. They didn't market them right. If the toys had been awesome and been marketed to people like me, they would have sold the shit out of them.
Same thing happened with that original run of Teen Titans. Remember
Uh-huh.
they did Teen Titans Go?
Yeah, the Teen Titans cartoon before that was pretty good, but the toys did horrible. So even though the show had great ratings, it got shit canned.
That is really interesting, right? Like it's like that's actually a really interesting point, right? Like, and I want to bring Zach and Flint in this too, because like the same thing happened with Star Wars. Like when the new Star Wars movies came out, people were kind of like taking shots at Star Wars, but the biggest indicator that it wasn't working were when the fans went to Target and all the toy shops and were taking photos of the toy aisles, and the toys were just everywhere. Like nobody was buying them, right?
Well, it's funny you mentioned Star Wars because basically Star Wars is dying right now. It's a dying franchise. I mean, they really ran it. They really ran it into the ground. It's part of it's the woke stuff. Part of it's the woke stuff. Part of it's just like flaws within the story itself. I could rattle it off for hours on end, but we don't have the time. Partly it's just that it's they're the way they're writing. They basically got rid of the old extended universe, but it's become so self-referential, so self-referential and woke at the same time that the old fans hate it and the new fans can't get into it because unless you watch all 300 episodes of the Clone Wars, you're not going to get it, which is not good for like anybody. But the point you bring up toys. Well, at the end, Mandalorian was probably the only really decent thing that that the new Disney Star Wars ever did, and even that went off the rails this season. But and end of season 2, they got little baby Yoda was sent off to become a Jedi with Luke Skywalker, and that was supposed to be the end of that arc, according to like all the rumors out there. But what happened is that Disney marketing basically like tapped whoever was in charge on the show. Dude, Baby Yoda is the only thing we have that's selling. We need to bring him back. So that's why he was, that's why in the book of Boba Fett, they brought him back because, at the end of the day, the marketing department is the tail that wags the dog, and they haven't done anything else that's selling. Hey, Drew, and
hey guys,
yeah.
So, I mean, from a purely creative standpoint, I don't particularly like that approach, but like it or not, at that level, if you don't earn, you're not going to be around for very long. And it's as Mel Brooks said in Spaceballs, merchandising. Like the real money from the movie is that's my impression. That's my very bad impression of an old Jewish Jewish man accent.
I love it.
Did you see he has a show out on Hulu now, History of the World Part 2.
Yeah, I know. I haven't watched it yet. We just finished Picard finally, like a couple nights ago. So
I didn't realize that was already out.
No,
Picard,
it's been out for a while.
Or History of the World Part 2.
Yeah, it's been out for a while. It's like it's got Jack Black in it though, so
You already know what to expect.
MK says after a while, just about every story jumps the shark. He says TWD was fantastic out of the gate, but the story dragged as it went on.
Yeah, sure did.
Yeah,
that show fell apart hard.
Yeah.
Sometimes it becomes a dead horse and you just keep beating it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to let things end.
I will say, we just finished the 3rd season of Picard, and I don't know. So Melissa's a hardcore Next Generation nerd. That's her biggest nerd is Next Generation Star Trek, which I totally get. And like the first 2 seasons of Picard were terrible, so bad that they canceled it. And so, but I guess they had already booked like a 3rd season, so they said, well, we're canceling the show, but we're going to go ahead and do a 3rd season. And I don't know what happened. I guess everyone that was on the first 2 seasons quit or left or was fired, because that 3rd season is fucking fire. Like, it's the best. The 3rd, you don't have to watch the 1st season. You don't have to watch the 2nd season. There'll only be like 2 or 3 tiny little things that you'll be like, what happened? Don't even worry about it. That 3rd season of Picard is the best season of Star Trek I've seen since Next Generation went off the air like 30 years ago. It's so good. It's like Star Trek. I was like, oh, that's why. Because I'll be honest, like I like the original Star Trek and I like Next Generation. And it's been so long since I've seen really good Star Trek that I kind of forgot like why you like it. You know, you're like, well, I think it used to be good, but like, you know, like Voyager was all right, and Enterprise and like Deep Space Nine. I'm like, yeah, I don't know. Like, there's been so many mediocre or bad things. I'm like, maybe I was just young and stupid, and like, you know, when you're a kid, you like things that you grow up and you're like, wow, that was just dumb as shit. But no, like this season of Picard, the 3rd season of Picard, I was like, holy crap, that's why I dig Star Trek. Like, if you at all, I mean, if you never watched Next Generation, you could probably care less. You're not going to get any of it, but it's still a good season. But there's so many tie-ins to what they had and during the Next Generation run that you're not going to get all the kicks, you know. But like total fan service, absolutely. Like everything they should have done in Star Trek, they did in Next Generation. Like, I don't want to do spoilers, but like, I mean, I don't think it's a spoiler to say that they get like remember one of the big complaints of Star Wars was how they never, like, all the fans wanted was just like the old crew on the Millennium Falcon for one fucking shot.
Yeah.
And they never fucking got it, right?
Yeah, I know. They never. It's like you had the opportunity to get the Beatles back together.
Yeah.
And you didn't.
And then Carrie Fisher passes away, so that's dead. Like, you're never gonna get that. It's never gonna happen.
They kill Han Solo's character, so
right. They completely screwed the pooch, man. And so Star Trek just did it right, man, in my opinion. MK says Firefly was awesome, but what I think saved it was the early cut. Maybe too soon, but so reverential when people opine for it. Yeah.
So true. Yeah, I can see that show getting old after many seasons, but that first season as is perfect.
Yep. And he says, yeah, Picard season 3 was fantastic.
Yeah,
it really was. Like,
I'll have to give it a watch because Picard was always my favorite.
Yeah, if you've seen I would recommend, if you haven't seen Next Generation, you have to watch Next Generation. I mean, you don't have to, but a lot of the things that happen are tied to it. Like it's like they continued. It's like it was like it's like they stopped at Next Generation and then did a fast forward that said 30 years later and just continued. And it's just like, holy crap! Like, it's so good. They even left it on a cliffhanger, which was freaking crazy. Anyway, it was just really good. I don't want to spoil anything. It was really good TV.
Well, you mentioned Firefly. I rewatched it, a few days ago. Some of the episodes. Some of it's aged well. Some of it hasn't. But I think, yeah. I mean, the thing about that show that saved it, I think, is the fact that it did end so quickly, because it didn't have a chance to get stale, and
exactly.
And it's like, and it's cool because people sat back and thought to themselves, man, what could have happened if they kept it going? And that's what gave it its juice. Mm-hmm. I mean, obviously the story's continued in comic books and so on in the movie, but hasn't really gone anywhere. I mean, there's always rumors going around about a reboot, but I mean, I don't know if Joss Whedon's like, even employable at this point, and it is his show.
Yeah, I honestly hope it doesn't get because it doesn't need it.
There's just some shows that, well, I think that's the problem. I think with a lot of pop culture right now, there's no, and there was actually an interesting, I read, at least right now that there's a big writer's strike going on in Hollywood right now.
Sure. Yeah.
And it's if you follow a lot of the trades, it's kind of this is kind of a make or break moment for a lot of people who make their living writing in Hollywood. And the problem is that it used to be that the way increasingly, because they've been taken over by the tech industry, and budgets have been pared down to the bone. And the thing is that what techies never understood, and I'm sorry, is that creativity isn't something that can just be programmed. It has to be nurtured. You might think, you might see a bunch of writers sitting in a room just smoking weed and eating, and whatever, and thinking, why am I paying these guys $10,000 a day? Well, you find out in 6 weeks when they deliver you a bunch of scripts that turn into a hit TV show. Because that's how stuff happens. You have to take time. You have to nurture it. You can't program it. It's not lightning in a bottle. It's a plant that has to be like fed manure.
Yeah.
And weed. But the problem is that our new masters of the universe, they think that that everything can be done according to an algorithm. That we know what people want. We got the math to prove it. And the end result is that we get stuff. You look at Netflix and you think, they have all this money. Why can't they make a decent show? I mean, these Netflix shows, a lot of them are just
a lot of trash.
Heavy written. They're boring.
Yeah.
The characters are flat. It's not even that they're woke. They're just not good.
Mm-hmm.
But it's also the reason why we keep seeing why they keep constantly rebooting stuff. Going back to the old franchises. Bringing back stuff that really in a healthy environment would have probably been just been forgotten already. I mean, people talk about rebooting Firefly. Why? I mean, you're not going to create anything that's going to be that's going to be better than the original in the eyes of the fans, and the younger people, they don't remember it.
Yeah,
that's really a good point. I mean, and MK says, what could have happened? Sometimes the imagination is better than whatever could be.
But the problem is that it's just that because they're so risk averse right now. There's so much competition. The risks of failure are a lot higher than they were. There's not as much money floating around as there used to be. And people want sure things. The problem is, though, is that everybody's going after the same sure thing. I mean, they keep flogging Star Wars to death. I mean, I'll be honest. I honestly think that Star Wars should have ended after the prequel trilogy, or maybe the Clone Wars. I mean,
the problem. See, Star Wars is a perfect example of this.
Yeah.
Of this, what could have happened. I mean, everybody had 30 years of built up hype and wanting new Star Wars stuff that there was no way they could have ever done anything that would have lived up. I mean, maybe if they just hit a bullseye magically, it would have been oh my God, it's brilliant, but there's no freaking way. And so I think that it's interesting, where there's such a push to be oh, okay, we need something with a built-in fan base, so let's just license something, or like you said, Zach, go back to the well and dig up this old property and we'll reboot it and we'll redo it and because the fan base is there and it hasn't been touched in a while. And there is some truth to that, but I think at this point it's almost just as I think there's a fallacy in thinking that it's harder to build something from scratch.
Well, it's not that it's harder. It's just that they're not willing to take the risk because they're not able to take the risk because they're not being given the space where that sort of thing can happen.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, think about it. All these great franchises we love, Star Wars, Star Trek, so on and so forth, they weren't pre-programmed. Star Trek was literally Gene Roddenberry, just coming up, putting it together on the fly, and then after the show ended, spending the next 20 years in the wilderness trying to bring it back. Star Wars was George Lucas. He basically wanted to do Flash Gordon, but he couldn't get the rights, so he did Star Wars. Mm-hmm. And what happened, and with Star Wars, especially, I'm a little more familiar with Star Wars. You then had the extended universe, which to me was Star Wars. That filled it in, and that was 30 years of continuity.
What happened?
What?
What happened with the Flash Gordon? What happened?
Oh, well, supposedly, Lucas, after he did American Graffiti back in early 70s, George Lucas did a movie. George Lucas was part of the generation of Hollywood filmmakers who came out of film school. He wasn't part of the old studio system. He was the same generation as Spielberg, Scorsese, and all the rest. And he did a movie called THX 1138, which is a really experimental sci-fi film. And then he did something called American Graffiti, which is basically like a nostalgia movie about the 50s. You know, hot rod culture in Southern California, in Northern California in the 1950s. Basically, his childhood. He then wanted to. I think, as I understand it, I could be completely wrong about this. So if I am, please let me know. He wanted to do like a movie version of Flash Gordon, but he couldn't get the rights to it. So he ended up doing Star Wars instead, or he wrote it up, or it might have been the other way around. He basically wanted to do like a modernized version of the old Saturday morning serials that because Flash Gordon was originally like a B movie series. You go to the theater in the 40s, and there'd be like a B movie before the main feature, and then in the 50s those started being shown on TV, and that's how we watched them. And I guess he wanted to do that, but he couldn't. But for some reason he couldn't make it work, so he ended up doing Star Wars instead. And at least that's how I.
Interesting.
Was it?
No, I said very interesting. I did not know that.
Yeah, I could be wrong though.
Like
but
little known facts like that.
Yeah, the thing is, though, is that like I said, though, it's they're not creating anything new because they're not willing to take the risk, and more to the point, they're not. I think they've forgotten what it takes to actually create stuff, which is time. You need time, you need patience, you need the willingness to to nurture stuff and to take a risk, and you gotta be willing to fail. I mean, not everything's gonna hit. I mean, look, Game of Thrones was that was George R. Martin came up with that back in he started writing that in the 90s. That was 15 years before it got on TV. I guess they figure that they can't take the risk. They need hits. They need a guaranteed audience. And so increasingly that's why you get stuff like Battleship, like the Battleship movie, or
it's wild to me that
or
I don't understand how that movie got made.
Or it's like they're basically taking Godzilla and King Kong and all the monsters, which that's just when that first movie came out in Japan, my mother was a child. She saw it in the theater as a kid, and she's like 76. She's Japanese. She's 76. She saw that in the theater as a kid. But the thing is, I'm thinking, yeah, that's great, but where are the news stories?
Yeah.
I mean, look, they're rebooting Harry Potter now with as a TV series from like book 1 onward.
Yeah.
And they're rebooting Twilight.
Well, wait. The Harry Potter thing is just a revision of the same thing they've already released?
Yeah, they're redoing it. It's like they're going to recast the parts, and it's going to be a TV series on HBO.
That's stupid.
A full generation hasn't even happened.
Yeah. At least give it some time. And I feel like, that there's no value add, right? Why reboot it if you can add to something?
I don't know. I mean, look,
there's only really one reboot.
Well, I think
or sequel that I can think
Dollar Bill, that's why. MP Chronos is right there.
Exactly. Yeah.
I mean, look, it's with Star Wars. I mean, if I think the best thing they could have done with Star Wars is just stop making the movies after the prequels. I mean, for the fans of us who wanted to continue the story, there was always the extended universe, and they did. And the extended universe ended up like going about taking the story about 174 years past the death of Luke Skywalker in the novels and books. And yeah, a lot of it wasn't very good, and a lot of it was actually pretty crap. A lot of it was pretty awesome, but no, well, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Andrew keeps. Oh wait, hold on. I'm curious of what Andrew's doing. Hold on, Andrew.
Yes.
Have you decided what hat you're going to wear tonight, sir?
Yeah, I need to wear the right one.
What's the right one? The comics versus scams?
Well, I was making the intro to a scam video, and so I needed to have on the right hat. And now I'm done, so I put the other right hat on.
How are you doing?
I'm great, guys. I'm fantastic.
Yeah?
Yeah, yeah.
What's going on in the world of Andrew, Mr. Retailer?
Since I last talked to you, I was in a car accident, got the back of my car crushed up,
What?
but the car still
Oh,
drives,
shit.
so I'm okay. I'm okay. The car's okay,
fine.
but the back of it, there was a guy behind me, and oncoming traffic was coming, so I stopped, and he was looking at the oncoming traffic and figured he could make it, so he went without realizing that I was stopped in front of him. It happens.
Oh, I know exactly how that happens.
And if I told you
I've
where it
almost
would
done that.
happen, you'd probably roll your eyes and say, "Yep, that's exactly where it would happen."
Beach Boulevard.
Yep, coming off of Southside. That whole area is just nothing but a huge construction clusterfuck.
Oh my
And
God, dude.
yeah, it's funny he would know exactly where I was, but yeah, as somebody who I know drives around this town, all over the town, he would know exactly what I was talking about.
Yeah.
That's
Yep.
hilarious.
But this past weekend was Free Comic Book Day, and some of the other stores in town that do Free Comic Book Day have sales. And one of the bigger ones, no, actually, I wouldn't call them a bigger store, but one of the main stores in my area was doing a sidewalk sale. And last year I got a whole crap load of really good books for really, really cheap. And I went on Saturday and he was doing the sidewalk sale. So I got a box filled with comics. I went back on Sunday and that's when the accident happened and is when I was heading back to the store. But I got a whole bunch more comics.
Wait. So the comics were in the car at the time of the accident.
Yeah, they were in a box.
Are they
But
okay?
they're okay though, right?
The comics were just fine.
Or the
Okay,
yeah,
good.
okay.
Right, okay.
Yeah, it was a lot of
important
DC
So he's
comics.
fuck the car.
Yeah.
Fuck the car.
Yeah. We don't want to hear about the car. We just want to make sure that the comics are okay.
I did also order some new bags and boards, and when the box of boards showed up from UPS, the whole bottom of the box was soaked in oil.
Oh,
Somewhere between shipping it out and getting to me. I mean, so the driver said we're going to send it back, and my wife said okay, because I wasn't home at the time. Said okay, send it back, and then they brought it back the next day. Where I guess they opened up the package, they took all the boards out, put it in another box, and then brought it back to me.
oh,
So
nice.
when I opened the
Yeah,
package,
no.
the whole about 200 of them, 200 out of 1,000 had oil stains on them.
Well,
So-
Andrew,
Yes, Mr. UPS.
yeah, in the future, if you get a package that's sold, never accept it, and that's for everybody.
Well,
That's it.
she didn't. They took it back, but then they brought it back the very next day in another box.
Well, yeah. So if that happens, always inspect it because I know intimately how that process happens.
Oh yeah.
And
Oh yeah.
if it doesn't go to the proper department, you're going to get that happen. But
Yeah.
Never refuse a package that's never accept a package that is soiled.
Well, I've already reached out to the company, and I've always had good relations with them. They've always been really good, so I'm not too worried about it.
Using a BCS?
Yeah, BCW.
Yeah, BCW. Yeah.
So
I'll,
no, I'm not too worried about it. I'm not too worried about it.
I'll
The
talk to
crazy-
you
the
more
crazy
about it
part-
off camera.
Well, the
But-
crazy part is the stuff comes in two boxes. The boards come in a big box, and the bags come in a small box. Based on the shipping information, the big box was delivered, and the small box was returned to sender. But then I never got the small box, so I don't know
But-
what the heck's going on with that.
Did the small box? Did you receive a damage report?
No, the small box is the one that shows rejected by receiver, sent back to the company. My wife said she never even saw the small box. It was always just the big box.
There's a lot of things that could have happened.
Yeah, I'm not.
There-
I'm not
we all
worried.
know about the clandestine shipping e-commerce faction. That has interdimensional package delivery problems. So yeah.
Yeah, Andrew. In the future, if that happens, shoot me a text or give me a call.
Nah, I got my guy on the inside, right?
Yeah, I'm your inside guy.
Oh, by the way, Romel,
Yes.
Ayla says send her your address.
Yeah, I meant to ask you about that because I got it. I got an invitation over Facebook, but I wasn't sure whether it was a hack or not. So I
No,
was gonna
she's
ask you.
actually sending physical.
Okay,
Save
okay,
the
okay.
dates, and I said, did you invite all my friends? And she goes, yes. And except the
Andrew.
only one she hadn't sent it to was Romel because she hadn't got your address yet.
Okay.
So I said, I'll talk to him
Does-
soon.
No, if
Oh, hold on a
if-
second.
if I suspect it's a hack, I just reply with porn. So I just want to.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm
You
sure
sure that-
Raphael will get a kick out of that. That's volume 2, right, Todd? Yeah. Yep. I saw that.
Avery sent it over.
Yeah, that is
Wait,
awesome.
wait. Well, I saw something. What is that, Dusty? Oh, he's gonna do it. He's got it. Wait, turn your mic on, buddy.
We're gonna find out.
There it goes. Okay, hold on. Let's
Oh.
solo way out.
This is a box I got in the mail from
What's
Avery.
in the box?
What's in
What's
the
in the
box?
box?
What's in the
What's
box?
in the box?
He used a lot of tape.
If it's a head, I swear
Oh,
to
yeah.
God, I'm gonna.
Well, I
die.
used to
I'm
work.
really-
I used to work in
I'm really
shipping.
hoping for a head.
I used to ship stuff UPS all day long at a warehouse. So I know how to pack stuff so it doesn't get destroyed.
Oh yeah, Avery. So you already know the game.
Yeah. Well, I used to work in that warehouse that's in the same complex where you work.
Yeah.
There's crumpled up paper.
No. Those are coupons.
Yeah, those are coupons.
Don't throw them away.
Coupons
out.
for stores that are not in my state.
No.
Excellent.
What do you
Excellent.
mean? You don't have a Winn-Dixie in California?
No, we
Food
don't have
Lion?
a food line either.
It's called coupons.
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 Boy, there's all right.
There's nothing in there. I just threw that in there as packing material.
There's your gift. Peace
Oh,
out.
sure. We've got. It came on Wednesday.
Oh, nice.
I sent
That's
him a
Avery's
copy.
book.
Oh, this is your book?
That's Avery's.
Yeah, I have one of my short
Awesome.
stories that makes up the Raid of the White Leopards is in there.
Oh, that's awesome. We've got.
Well, I don't know if it's awesome, but
Oh,
The
nice.
Dark Tower.
Is that the book or is that the what is
It's
that?
it's one of the hardbacks.
Oh, it's a hardback.
Yeah, it's one of the hardbacks. J. Lee art.
Yeah, nice.
Really
Yep.
interesting.
We'll have to crack that open. Ooh, what is that? Oh, Eduardo Rizzo and Paul Dini. Oh shit.
Yeah.
That's gonna be good.
From 100 Bullets, correct?
Yep.
What is this?
It's
Man,
a
just pull
book
out the head.
and a mask.
Oh shit!
The Dark Knight Returns with the mask.
You got
With
Dark
the
Knight
Batman
Returns
cowl.
mask. Wait, is Dark Knight Returns in there?
Yes,
Yeah.
the Dark
Yeah.
Knight Returns is in there. You
Oh,
can get
yeah.
those for those things are like $7 at Ollie's.
The book is $7.
Yeah, with a mask.
now is it the hardcover or the paperback version?
I don't know. I haven't opened up mine. I think it's probably a paperback.
Okay.
Hey, so-
Oh, dude.
so, Dusty,
Dark
check
Knight
this out.
Returns.
Hold on, y'all. Dusty, check this out. What I
Yes.
need you to do for the next lives, I need you to put on the mask, and I need you to do the Christian Bale. The entire show. Just
Yeah, I think this is a
slap
has
a
to
little
happen.
mask
Yeah.
in Christian
Yeah,
Bale.
I don't know if I can do the voice.
Oh, at least give it a
You
try.
gotta be. I'm Batman.
Dark,
I was like,
dark
I was like,
couple
well,
marbles.
I
guy.
saw another one of those,
Why did you say that name?
and I was like, for that price, I'll
Not the
just
one
send
wearing
him,
hockey pants.
I'll just send him the one with the book.
He's gonna put it on. He's gonna do it. He's gonna do it. He's gonna do it.
Nice.
He's gonna do it. I have faith. I have faith. Oh my god, dude, that's hilarious.
Yeah, dude, Ollie's has stacks of those in some of them. Stacks of those. They're like
I know.
$7.
There's an Ollie's not too far from me that I gotta go check out, man. I checked out one and it was a bust. There was nothing
Yeah.
dead. They were like, I was like, yeah, do you have any comics? They were like, what's a comic? And I was like, all right, peace out. Like, nope. But
Dude, like the first time I bought that, like I have one of those too. and I just bought it because it was $5.
Jeez, dude.
I tell you what,
For
if
Dark
anybody-
Knight Returns?
if
With the
anybody know what
mask,
the,
yeah.
the cowl, give me the cowl. I'll do
I
the
didn't
Dark
even-
Knight Christian Bale
Yeah.
voice the
I mean, so
entire ride.
I have my copy that I bought in the 90s of trade. I have the black and white edition, the noir edition of Dark Knight Returns, and I have one of those mask ones. And I want the artist edition. I've bought that book 4 times, counting the one I've sent Dusty.
Poor
Dusty was taking so long, man.
I know. I think you might have just dipped. I have faith. I have faith in the man. Well,
He's outside running around his house with wearing the mask, going, "I am Batman."
I'm Batman.
I'm Batman.
Oh God, have you seen that college humor thing or whatever it is? Batman can't
Oh my
stop
God,
thinking about
yes.
sex.
Oh yeah. He's done a couple of them, but that one about he can't stop thinking about that shit is so funny.
Oh my God, you have my
Have you
permission
seen the
to
one where
cry
he's trying
now.
out the different voices?
Yeah.
That one's great.
Oh,
One
you
day
seen the
started.
one where he it was something with Two-Face and he kept turning his face and he's like, "Where'd he go?"
Harvey, where
He
you go?
didn't realize Harvey was Two-Face, so like he kept turning inside his face like, "No, here I go. I never left."
Oh.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you guys know what he needs more than anything?
Oh no! Well,
He needs a cowl.
He needs a blonde wig to go
No.
with it.
No.
No.
He needs a cowl just to complete
No.
it. You're incomplete without the cape. I mean, the cape. You're
Amazing.
incomplete.
Now say it, Dusty.
I'm Batman.
I'm Batman.
Yeah. You did the thing.
Oh man, MK says you're legit, man. You got this.
Yeah.
What am I doing with my life?
Looks
That
good on you, dude.
But that comic that comes with that is one of the best Batman books ever.
Yeah, we gotta. Pull out some of those books. Let's see what you got there.
Yeah, I have to take this off because I can't see shit.
You mean you don't want to unbox the comic in character?
Hey, Dusty, you could totally go up to a children's hospital and show up on that Make-A-Wish shit.
And make a wish.
Yeah.
Andrew says, "What am I watching?"
Oh god.
Oh, dude, it's so good.
Y'all making me want to get a Bane mask for
I know.
Halloween.
Oh
Read
shit!
my
yes.
book.
Nice.
Wait. Is it a soft cover? Yeah.
It's a soft, yeah.
Hell yeah, dude. That's one of the greatest Batman stories ever written. Frank Miller.
I
Yeah.
wholeheartedly agree. That actually, they discussed that before Frank Miller did that in the '80s. The Batman property was still kind of campy and stuff like that. So when Frank Miller like kind of stripped all the BS from the character and just kind of just put out the root origins, it really changed the media image of Batman ever since.
Yeah, for sure. MK said, "Stopped asking that question ages ago. Just let it happen." You just gotta let it happen, Dusty. You see that?
I missed it. What happened?
MK said, "Stopped asking that question ages ago. Just let it happen." So that I haven't seen that Eduardo Rizzo Paul Dini book, but Paul Dini is a legendary writer. He's been in comics forever, but he's probably, I would say, he's most famous for being the lead writer on the original Batman the Animated Series, right? Like that was
Him
pretty
and
much
Bruce
his
Timm.
baby.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
was,
Bruce
he was
Timm.
like he was the guy. I think he was the guy who created Harley Quinn.
Yep. So Paul Dini is a huge, like, major Batman dude.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
Eduardo Rizzo is phenomenal. So yeah, you're gonna have to share some images from that book because
It's really different, Eduardo Rizzo too. Like
really, it's not like
Yeah.
100 Bullets, Eduardo Rizzo.
No, it's It's really different. It's not
Okay.
like the strong black and white stuff you're used to.
Oh,
Like,
interesting.
no, it was definitely drawn to be colored.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Like just line work.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, interesting.
It's really different.
Cool. Well, he's done.
It's
I mean,
good.
that guy's a legend. So
Yeah, it's not necessarily a little known fact, but the writing on the Batman animated series was so well received that they actually retconned a handful of characters from that series into the book. Like Ra's al Ghul was one. He
Mhm.
never appeared in the books, and then they put he first
Wait.
appeared
No,
in
he was in the books, dude.
he
He's
was
from
in
the
the
Neil
books.
Adam days.
Yeah,
Really?
in the 70s.
Yes.
But he wasn't a major character.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah,
Well, but it-
Ra's al Ghul was.
missing
No.
information.
That
Oh, yeah.
female cop, though,
Yeah.
some of the cops, Harley Quinn, those characters are from the
Yeah, Montoya. Was it
Yeah.
Montoya and the what's his name? The cop, the bigger guy.
Yeah, the
Bullock.
big fat
Bullock. Yeah.
Bullock. Yeah, those guys got put into the comics, and Harley Quinn.
Yeah, well, the story Heart of Ice, I think that won like an award or something like that, which told the origin of Mr. Freeze was like so good.
Oh yeah, that was the best.
Yeah, they retconned it. Yeah, Batman had some really awesome kick-ass stories.
Dude, that show was fantastic.
Yeah.
I went to watch it on HBO streaming, because I have HBO streaming on my Prime, and there's a bunch of episodes missing. They're like this this episode they don't have them all there, which pissed me off.
But
It does
one of my favorite episodes, probably like best written, had to be the story they did Over the Edge. You remember which one that was?
No,
Over the Edge was the
you have to tell me the plot.
yeah, I'm distracted. No, Over the Edge was a brilliant story.
You look like you haven't had a date in a very long time, sir.
Yeah. I wouldn't put that on my Tinder profile.
Or would you?
Yeah.
If she swipes right, she's definitely a keeper.
It's not just the mask, it's the mask with the headphones.
It really adds to the whole picture.
It's like it definitely smells like Mountain Dew and Cheetos in here.
Yeah.
Speaking of which,
Alfred, how do I get home?
yeah. Speaking of which, way off subject. They're actually doing a movie called Flamin' Hot, which is the origin of how Cheetos started.
Oh, I know.
Oh, wow.
I just saw the trailer or like a preview
Me
for
too,
the trailer
actually.
just yesterday.
I saw it for the first time like literally an hour ago. I guess 2 hours now.
In one of the comments, somebody said, "You know what? Never mind that. Show me the story of how the Coca-Cola started. That should be related."
Beat you to it, Drew.
I was working on it as quickly as I could.
Oh my god. Dual and Dusties.
Oh, so good. It's so good.
Oh. But anyway, Avery, Over the Edge, that was a brilliant story to where Barbara Gordon had got hit with Scarecrow's fear toxin, and she hallucinated the entire episode.
Okay.
It's the one where I think Commissioner Gordon had found out the identity of the entire Bat family, and he got Bane out of jail. And Bane hunted down Batman, ended up killing him and Commissioner Gordon off the edge of a roof. Great story.
Okay. Yeah.
Look at
I remember it. I remember. Another favorite of mine was the Clayface one with the little girl.
Yes,
That turned out to be just a piece of Clayface that had become sentient.
that one is very emotional.
Yeah, that's good. It was a good one.
MK says, which one was that?
No, it's the one where Robin found the girl.
Yeah.
And he got attached to the girl when they finally joined the Clayface. and they put him in jail. He said book him for murder because he lost the girl.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Now the other one that was brilliant. I mean, like was almost got him. That was brilliant.
That was a good one.
That was a good one.
Oh my God, Andrew.
Oh,
What?
I like how we're slowly collecting. I love how we're slowly collecting like really terrible shots of everybody.
Yeah, terrible.
Good.
Ugly.
We need to get like some kind of Bagman Flint and a Zach picture.
Yeah, I gotta get my.
In a studio. Huh?
I gotta get
has
my
any compromising photos of me.
You ain't getting shit from me, buddy.
Romel, Andrew's got one of you.
No, he doesn't.
Hold on.
Sure, I do.
Hold on. Let's see what
It's a I'm too sexy for my shirt type of. Oh, whoop! That was the wrong one.
I mean, Todd, I will admit to having having compromising photos in the past, but you'll never see them.
That ain't that bad. That's still dignified.
You can find my compromising photos on OnlyFans.
Yeah. I know. I was gonna. We could get a less dignified picture of Ramel, but we'd have to search blacked.
I still have to find that picture of him behind bars. I have a picture of him behind bars.
I'm paying $19.90 a month to see that picture.
Andrew, if you find it, send it to me.
I will. I literally have a plastic bin filled with photographs somewhere that has pictures all the way back from when we were in high school. So I just don't know where it is. It's in storage. It's somewhere. But it has a lot of those great old pictures.
Yeah, I got a few Ramel classics. I got a few Ramel photo classics. I got some from Miss Lynch's class. Look at him. He knows.
Hey, you talking about the one I got kicked out of class for?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, Terry White.
My favorite hairstyle of his was the fro that went up and then angled.
Yeah, it's called a fade.
Yeah.
It's called
The fade.
Who?
You.
I did that.
Yes, you did.
You totally had a fade.
No, I had a fade, but mine didn't angle like that.
No, it was flat.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he didn't have an angled one. He had a
Yeah, it was
never
flat.
had
The fade was flat.
That must have been your other black friend.
Yeah, the funny thing is, his name was Romel too.
Yeah,
I bet.
I don't remember Romel's having the angle.
It
No.
never had an angle.
I just remember he had the flat top fade.
Yeah, that was
Damn
classic.
it, you guys are now going to make me have to go try to find that bin of pictures, aren't you?
We'll pull them out. We'll at some point we'll do a nerd den or something. We'll just show a bunch of old pictures.
Oh my God.
Maybe we'll show the lapdog video.
No. No. Don't show that. No.
Oh, I see. There's now we have a limit. I got it.
That video was so bad. Oh my God.
Yeah, Andrew's got an extended copy somewhere.
He's got the director's cut.
He does have a director's cut. Yeah, yeah. There's some embarrassing moments on there for sure.
Oh my God.
Oh man. Oh well. This has been great, man. Anything else we got going on? I think we did a good job tonight, man.
Yeah, I had nothing.
Yeah, I think it kind of went off the rails there near the end, but
You know, it's the Seinfeld lore games. It's a show about nothing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
read my mind.
Yeah,
hey, listen, give it time. They'll reboot Seinfeld.
I'm sure.
Oh, speaking of which, I never got this in. Has anybody seen the reboot to Children of the Corn?
No.
No, I've been avoiding it.
Is it wait? Where? I didn't even know that it was out. Is it on? What's it on?
It's on a streaming service, but it's not a free one. It's
I think it's on Prime or HBO Max.
I got Prime.
I have Prime and I have my HBO through Prime, so I see all that stuff together. So that I think that's where I've seen it, or maybe Hulu. Maybe it was Hulu. I don't know, but I think it's.
I want to say Hulu.
I have that too. I'm thinking about canceling.
Yeah, MK says, aren't there several? I kind of feel that way too. Like, didn't they reboot it? I mean, the original was like in the 70s or 80s, and they rebooted it a couple times.
Yeah, Linda Hamilton's in the orital.
Yeah, she's in the original, and I forgot the other guy that was.
Oh,
a star.
I got something before we go too. Did you? First of all, does it look good? I haven't seen the trailer for this thing. Is it?
Well, they kind of gender swapped. What was the you had Malachi and what's the other motherfucker?
Oh, I don't remember. It's been so long since I've seen Children in the Corn.
No, because the main minister was a guy and they gender swapped it to a girl in the remake. I haven't watched it, but I'll probably take one for the team and watch that shit.
Yeah, dude, report back. Have you guys seen the new Penguin trailer?
No.
Children of the Corn 2020 streaming. It is on.
No, it should be 2023.
Oh.
Let me tell you, so after this, everybody, MK says Shudder. Everybody, it's YouTube. It's a real thing. It's an HBO. They're gonna do an HBO original series. It's The Penguin, and it looks phenomenal. It looks like the world of Joker, not Batman, right? So it says they actually have to say, a new tale in the Batman, whatever. They name drop Batman so that it's the Penguin from the Batman lore, because it looks like The Sopranos, like it's a full-on gangster movie featuring the Penguin. It looks awesome, like really good. It looks like straight up Goodfellas.
I will YouTube it.
Okay, so this Children of the Corn, yet another reboot, not the 2020 reboot.
They rebooted it in 2020.
Oh, Shudder. MK says Shudder is the service.
Okay, Shudder.
Yeah, excited to see the Penguin one. Yeah, it looked real. I just saw it today, and I was like, wait, what's that? That looks really cool. I was like, is that the Penguin from Batman, or is it like a new, just kind of like using the name the Penguin to talk about a gangster or something? But like, nope, it's the Penguin we know about, and it looks good, man. It looks like they're taking a page out of the Joker, the Joaquin Phoenix Joker movie. So it looks good.
Yeah, but it's from the most recent Batman movie.
The Twilight Batman.
Yeah, because it's the same actor. What's his name? Playing Penguin, Colin Farrell. Yeah,
it looked great though.
Yeah,
I enjoyed the Batman movie. I thought Twilight Man did a good job.
Robert Pattinson.
Colin Farrell. Yeah.
I don't know. He has to grow on me. But speaking of which, avoid the Firestarter reboot. That was so disappointing.
Oh, it wasn't that bad.
Bull
Which means it's crap.
shit.
Yeah, Andrew likes everything.
Really, Andrew?
I wasn't upset with it.
Andrew,
It took a
look at
twist
me right now.
that was different from the original
No, look at me.
that left it open for a sequel,
Did you?
and I was okay with that.
Was that ending bullshit or not?
It was bullshit, but it left for the potential of a sequel where the original movie did not. The original movie was kind of, it ended. But that's the way they do movies nowadays. They leave it open for sequels.
Andrew, no. This is what I'm saying. It had
I'm
the
listening.
potential and the infrastructure to be great, because that one character that they introduced, that was the adult guy, I can't remember his name, but when they introduced him, that was a new element that I appreciated. I'm like, okay, cool, it's interesting, and it just fell apart. Like, you just wasted close to 2 hours of my life that I will never get back.
MK says not quite the ringing endorsement. Come try our burgers. They don't suck.
9 out of 10 times they won't give you food poisoning.
Great. Enough. Oh. Anyway, guys, this is fantastic. Thank you so much. Who's coming tomorrow night? Who's gonna be at Nerd Den?
No, I'll be here.
I'll be there, but I might have to leave early.
Right on. Ramel, you coming to Nerd Den? How do we get you on Friday nights, man?
I have so many things going on, but I'm gonna try and make Nerd Den tomorrow night. I'm gonna try and make that.
It's completely different than this.
Yeah.
If it's any consolation, Flint and Dusty aren't usually there. So I mean, you actually have the ability
Dusty's
to
there.
talk.
Dusty's always shut
I
up.
I miss 1 week, and then I'm not usually there. Got it. You
Dude,
missed like 5 in the past 2 weeks, Andrew.
Like, Dusty doesn't show up, and almost no one shows up to comment.
Yes, that's true.
So don't jinx it.
Dusty's the draw,
We
man.
need Dusty.
In other words, if you want to go on a long soliloquy of really good information, there's nobody here to kick you off the stream.
This is true. Oh man, it's a good night when Andrew gets kicked. MK says he's got a dance competition. Yeah, thank you, MK. You too. I hope you have a good one as well. And Andrew says it's pretty close. Yeah, I know it's gonna be pretty close to what this is, because we're just chilling out, we're hanging out, we're having fun, and there's so much to talk about and so much to do, and this is just a way to blow off steam and relax and chill out, and it's just enjoyable.
Yeah.
So,
Would you look at that Dark Knights Artist Edition again?
yes, there you go. We can pull out some artist editions.
Yeah, real quick, I have a homework assignment for the Nerd Den tomorrow night.
All right.
Look up a guy called Friendly Fire Man.
Oh shit.
He's an actual character that was, I forgot what universe he's in, but look him up for a good laugh.
Wait. Friendly Fire has a definition. I don't know if I want to look up Friendly Fire Man.
Oh, he's an actual character.
Does it have something to do with the other thing I'm thinking about that Friendly Fire's called?
Oh no. Nothing to do with that.
Okay.
All right, so I see him. I'm gonna read all about him. He's a DC character.
Mm-hmm.
I believe so. Andrew, you know what I'm talking about?
Yep, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
I don't know who it is.
Okay, we're gonna have to do some.
Do some homework.
Yeah, I'm gonna do some homework. Friendly Fireman. All right, I like that. I've never heard of this character before.
Yeah, I've never heard of him before. But when I seen that, I laughed my ass off. I was like, oh yeah.
Hey, what's up, Doc? Doc just showed up.
Really, Dr.
Doc,
Funk?
Doc, we're just about to hang up, but we're gonna do this again tomorrow night, man. Thank you for showing up anyway, dude. Appreciate you as always. Doc's one of the good ones. Doc, you show up tomorrow night if you want to pop on Nerd Den. You let us know. We'll pop you in. Anyway, love you guys. Happy Thursday. Nerd Den Lore Games, we love it, and we'll see you back here tomorrow night. Yeah, take care. God bless. Love you all, and peace out.